Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? Getting interrupted like that, losing power and losing our class. Welcome. This is Professor Rodriguez, and we are going to continue with talking about voice. Like I mentioned, voice is who you are on paper. Oftentimes, we can explain things very clearly to another person, but then when we get to transferring those same thoughts to paper, then something happens, right? And so we want to find a way to transfer the magic onto paper. In your writings, you want to establish a personality, and you want the personality to be who you are. You want to establish a certain tone as well as individuality, right? You want to have more or less your own style when writing. And so it's important that we talk about voice, about getting your voice on paper. And I have this little mini PowerPoint that kind of like goes through everything in a nutshell. Like I mentioned in class, I couldn't find a really good YouTube to explain what I'm trying to get across to you. So we're going to be talking about voice, the third element of the 6+1, which is mainly your 6 paragraphs in your argumentative essay. The +1 is obviously your voice on paper. So how can you read voice? Well, voice is, as the PowerPoint shows you, it is the author's fingerprint on the page. It gives you that distinct individual voice, right? Who you are on paper. The writing sounds just like the author. The reader knows the feelings and opinions of the author. And so when I'm reading, for example, maybe Victoria's paper or Hannah's paper or Gianni's paper, I can hear your voice. Why? Because I've had the experience of going one-on-one with you in the class, and then you've participated, so I know who you are, and I hear you when I'm reading your paper. And that's what you want, right? You want people to connect. Oh, this is Gianni's paper. This is Scarlett's paper, right? And so, can I hear your voice? When a paper is full of voice, it makes the reader feel something, like shocked, upset, excited, giggly, scared. Sounds like the author is enjoying the writing, which I hear and I feel, right? And that you're talking straight to me. It's like your voice is in my head when I'm reading your paper. When you've done a fairly good job of transferring your voice to paper. The author is not afraid to say what he or she feels, and you want the reader to read the piece to someone else. And I really like this line here where it says the author is not afraid to say what he or she feels. Like I said, this is an important forum for you to be able to share your true thoughts about something on paper and not be afraid. I really want you to have the forum to voice your opinion. Now, of course, in this argumentative essay, that comes at the end, but still you'll be able to establish a certain direction, right? Especially when you start talking about your claims and how you support your claims. You could feel if the author is fervent, if they want to really super convince you of the direction that they're taking. So don't be afraid to let your voice be heard. Share your thoughts and your opinions, right? When you write, pretend like you were talking to the reader, like they're your buddy, they're sitting next to you, and you're explaining, hey, you know what? I watched this documentary on Netflix called Social Dilemma, and it really pointing out an awful lot of things that are happening as a consequence of us spending too much time on our phones. They are brain hacking us. They are trying to control us through our phone. It often changes people's personality, and it changes attitudes, and it changes a lot of things, especially for young people, and it really messes with their mental health, right? Have fun when you write. I keep telling you, no stress allowed. Just let the ideas flow. You've seen it, you've witnessed it, you've written about it, right? You've done research on it. You know this subject. You know this subject. The end. That's it. That's all I have. So, again, what do you want to do? You're saying, you keep repeating the same thing over and over again. I know. Repetition is the mother of learning, right? Want to hear your voice on paper, right? Don't be afraid to be who you are and to say what you mean. Okay? All right. We will see you this coming Monday.